got a lot of people. So we're going to hear from the Chief of Staff, Michael Smedley, representing the Mayor's office. We also have the Mayor's Executive Assistant, Belinda Kyle. So we're going to give Michael 3-4 minutes to speak. I'll say something from the council perspective, and if you want to ask some questions, and then we're going to close out. We're going to hear from Charles E. Bibb Sr. on Ohio voting rights. He's going to say something about that. And then we close in a circle. This is a step in the right direction. When I put this together, I said the focus will be you stepping up to help. You stepping up to support the schools, support the library, support the government. So without any further ado, we're going to hear from Michael Smedley. Give a round of applause. From representing Mayor Gary Norton.
How many minutes?
He's got, we'll give him 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes.
All right, so time.
Thanks a lot. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you, Councilman Martin, for putting this together. Well, it's just unfortunate, and I'm sure at no fault of his own. This was scheduled, and the mayor had planned to be out of town a month and a half ago, and he would have liked to be here himself. But we do have a monthly town hall meeting where, if you wanted to ask him anything specific, instead of asking me and you wanted to hear directly from him, you can definitely come to the town hall meeting. That's the last Monday of every month at the Helen S. Brown Center. Last Monday of the month. I really don't have much to say because so much has been said, and Council President Barbara Thomas has said most of it. Obviously, as you know, if you lived here in this community, if you visited this community, if you have relatives in this community, you know that it has fiscal challenges and has had them for 30 years. And what I have surmised over my 5 years of being here is that it is not necessarily the problem, the structure isn't the problem, it is our ability to lead. That is the problem. It is putting politics before people. That is the problem. It is concerns of personal interest than concerns of the greater community. And as of 2014, and new leadership has come into the city of East Cleveland through the election process, we have seen a lot of the personal politics evaporate, where we can now put the city before, the interest of the city before our personal goals and desires. And that is key. Obviously, we're going to have to face some serious challenges over the next 9 to 12 months so that we can get our finances in order. I truly believe, because I work with it every day, that we have the ability to work with the legislative branch to set an appropriations that is based off of what the dollars are coming into this city so that we can manage it in a way that is responsible and that we can set a path for recovery. If you have any questions in particular to that, I'm more than happy to answer them. If you want to ask the mayor the question in particular, you can come to the town hall meeting that is held every last Monday of the month at the Helen S. Brown Senior Center. Thank you.
What I have to say is we're at a crossroads right now. The reason why I brought these entities together is not to point your finger or to criticize, but to say we've got to step up. If you live in a home, clean up in front of your home. If you have neighbors that are not involved, get them involved. You have neighbors not voting, we've got to vote. We got 13,000 registered voters in here, Belinda Kyle. We only had about less than 25 voted in the last election. 2,500. We've got to step up our voting. Gary Norton, Nathaniel Martin, all of us have our good part and our bad part. None of us are perfect, but collectively we can get a lot done. So I'm requesting you, because that we have to take it to the next level. The issue is we don't have a lot of money. We need new revenue coming in. There's entities that want to come in East Cleveland and do a lot of things. But ultimately it's going to boil down. The reason why I brought up the voting issue is ultimately it's going to boil down to voting. December of 2013, we had a forum here. The pros and cons of merger, annexation, or whatever. And ultimately, we had Dr. Norm Crumholtz from Cleveland State. We had Mark Choke from Case. We had Ed Jersh from Ed Fitzgerald's office. And they pointed out the pros and cons of a merger if it takes place. Ultimately, it boils down to whether you vote for it to take place or not. So voting is important. May 6th is the primary. Okay, I won't go through, it's 4 pages. I got my ballot a few days ago. You got people running for state office. You got issue 7. You got the Ohio Voters' Right that Charlie's going to talk about briefly. But you have to be involved. You have to be engaged. God is an awesome God. When I had the idea of bringing these entities together, I had no idea that we have so many people. But that shows you that you do care. Also, with WCPN here, Calling Post here, and seeing, we're going to get some positive press saying that we are working together. We're moving forward. We did a survey, Belinda, about what people felt about the merger and annexation in December. 90% of the people, had over 100 people, do not want to merge.
Hello.
They do not want to merge, but we've got to get it done. We got to move in the right direction. We got to come together. So I'm praying and asking you to support Gary Norton as our mayor and support the council. We're trying to do. We're not going to always agree. I had an issue that happened that I didn't like, but I just said, forget about it. We need to move forward. I can tell you this. Isn't it nice to be able to reach your council person without having to go downtown? Isn't it nice to reach your mayor without having to go downtown? So you've got conveniences. But we've got to get new revenue in the city. We've got to work together collectively. God has smiled on this meeting tonight. I didn't know whether the weather would be nice. I didn't know whether you guys would turn out. But what I'm asking all of you to do is support the mayor. Support the council. Do your part. Talk to your neighbors. With all the technology and all like that, we can get it done. 17,000 citizens in East Cleveland, 13,000 registered voters. Let's see if we can get the 9,000 to 10,000 people voting. May 6th is the primary. And then November is the general election. So your voice is your vote. And I say it all the time. People say that's something you say all the time. If you don't vote, you don't count. But you got to get engaged. So if you have any questions for Michael Smedley, or if you have any other questions, we'll take them. Omaze?
Yes, sir. This question will